Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. While you enjoy this scenic b-roll from a hike I took recently, I just wanted to thank you all so much for the support on my last video, and I really hope that you enjoy this somewhat unique sketchbook tour for me. So welcome back to my kitchen table where today I have the first ever sketchbook I completed. Okay, so this might be a little bit of an exaggeration for some. So I completed this sketchbook in 2021, and the story is that I had been on a really long art hiatus, like maybe years, like 5 years or something, since I'd really drawn properly. I'd been doing some digital art, but I just hadn't found the time or the headspace for traditional art. And then I decided one day, picture the scene. It was about a month after my PhD defense, after I moved country, and I was sitting on my couch in the evening, and I thought to myself, I've got spare mental energy right now. I could do something right now, you know, like as a hobby. And I decided that I needed to grab that chance with both hands while it was still there before I ended up just watching a lot of TV. And so I thought, okay, let's get back into drawing. And so I started watching a lot of art YouTube channels, which eventually led to this channel. And I bought this sketchbook because I was watching a lot of Drawing with Waffles at the time. She's an amazing artist here on YouTube. And through her, I found out about the sketchbook company Ohuhu, right? So let me just show you a little bit about this sketchbook. So this sketchbook it's a thick boy. I hope you've got a cup of tea. We might be here some time. I've just labelled it Sketches because it was the first one. And it was an Ohuhu marker paper sketchbook. I didn't really plan to use markers in it, but I thought that I would get this because it was very reasonably priced and the paper looked pretty nice. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what's in here. So it will be a surprise to us both. And yeah, so I bought this just like on Amazon or something. It has this sort of like weirdly fur textured cover, which I'm not sure I love, but you know, it was important to me at the time. So I guess that's enough waffling, and let's see what's inside. So this is the first page. I think I actually did this right at the end of this sketchbook when I came up with this quote, "Bad art to make the good art look gooder." And I did it badly, deliberately. Because I guess that's the point of sketchbooking, right? Is to experiment, try things out, make bad art, and then improve. And I got this idea from the Simpsons movie, whereas that quote where the guy is asking for like going mad with power, and he's like, I want X number of tough guys, and I want X number of soft guys to make the tough guys look tougher. And that's what I felt like when I came up with this quote for the sketchbook. Anyway, we're already taking so long on the first page. So initially I started out by wanting to try out as many media as possible just to try and get back into drawing. I didn't date these pages, which really sucks, but I was using prompt lists. So this one was originally the prompt for tower. So I did like a little bit of gouache, this sucks, a little bit of like different types of tower. You can see I was brainstorming what tower could possibly mean. And I was including like these fine liner drawings. I'll give you a close-up. So I was just kind of experimenting with as many different media as possible and trying to come up with lots of ideas, because that's what I saw a lot of artists doing online, was like the sort of professional approach where you take an idea and you like expand upon it. So that's what I was trying to do. Since then, we've got a little more casual. I am sorry about the lighting situation. It's incredibly changeable weather outside, and so clouds keep coming and going, but that's okay because it's just a sketchbook tour. So this was the second prompt. So I was drawing elephants. So I drew this cute little elephant attached to a balloon. I think I followed some kind of tutorial here, and then I did this. This is transferred a little bit. I quite like this. Gouache. And then these little elephants in coloured pencil. And then some sort of more abstract designs, including, yeah, like silhouettes and things. I think it was quite fun. A little bit of a sort of, I guess you could call it figure drawing. I mean, really, yeah, really, these look like weird paper dolls. I'm not very good at drawing people, still not. Maybe one day we'll get there. And then this page was just drawing houses. So I drew like a little greenhouse. I love this tree. I'd love to draw that tree again. That's like so fun and loose and stylized. And then a little observatory on a hill. Trying out all my different black pens. So yeah, I was drawing different sort of botanical patterns with my different black pens. You can see my bad handwriting. Why isn't my camera focusing? So if you can read my bad handwriting, you can see which one of these pens I was using. I really quite like this little abstract mushroom doodle. That's quite fun. And dandelions. I still love dandelions. And these were some basic cat poses. I probably copied these from Pinterest, but always good to practice, you know, the layout of joints and stuff. And this was me laying out some text layouts for this quote for the front page, which I still didn't put on until way later in the time point of the sketchbook. But you can see I was already brainstorming this. This paper is so smooth, and it has like these perforations in it. And as much as like, honestly, I'm really enjoying feeling this smooth paper right now. Maybe I'll get my next sketchbook with smooth paper. But at these perforation lines, I'm not such a fan. But maybe some people would love to be able to pull out pages and stuff. Did some like typography experiments, just looking at different letter A's and how you can draw them. Oh, this was the bear day. I remember this. I drew a lot of bears that day. And I was enjoying using this like pointillism technique with different felt tip pens, and like how to shade them using different shapes. I think I was drawing an apple just because lots of people use an apple for you know, an example. Cute little guys. Bears are so funny. And then I drew this and I called it a pom bear, you know, like the snack, except because it's like an apple and a bear. And apple in French is pomme. No? Okay. Never mind. Yet more experiments. You can see this is what I ended up here with putting on the front page. And I just did that in Posca pen, my front page, by the way. But as you can see, I really like laying out typography and thinking about how to structure things like that. Random fish doodles. I love these, especially this long boy. I like how I use this brush pen to try and like colour in that side here and then like fill the page a little bit on this side. I don't think I was using any reference at all for this. Maybe this one. I think I was just drawing. I should do more fish. Feather doodles. Nice peacock feather. Yeah, lots of bird related things, different directions for different shapes for birds to be flying in, and little chicken heads. Love chickens. So this was when I first got my first ever set of coloured pencils. I hadn't used coloured pencils in a really, really long time, and I got this set of the basic Faber-Castell coloured pencils, like the student grade ones. And I was they only had numbers, and so I asked my friends to help me name them all. So they all got a name in the end, all those coloured pencils, and I wrote it on them and everything. I've since given them away because I have better quality art supplies now. But here I was experimenting with them, drawing this little scene with a peacock. And then again, peacock studies, shapes and stuff. I actually really love this style of page. Wish I put that much effort into my pages now. And then this, which I did with those pencils, which I actually still really love today. I really like how I blended the colours. So there's a peacock flying from behind. I think it took me quite a long time to do that, to be honest. I'd love to do something similar to that again. See, even though this is 2 years ago, I still find myself inspired by the things that I did. The burb cycle. This bird is flying in a circle. Just, I like this as well. This is a very dynamic pose. Could use some of these for other designs now. And then was sketching out some fruit, but then obviously got really bored and decided to turn them into birds. Absolutely love this bluebird. I forgot that I did this little bluebird chicken. Oh my god, this blueberry chicken. I absolutely love this. I had such creative ideas back then. I've been in a bit of an art block recently, and this is really quite inspiring. This was me drawing maybe from photos. So I drew this. This is Cambridge Botanical Gardens, which is my hometown, I guess. It's one of my favourite places, yeah, in the whole world. And then this was another botanical garden, I think. Kew, right. So I was just drawing some little scenes. I'm really thinking like maybe doing some landscapes again lately. I was making some little notes about ideas for how I might execute those ideas. Yeah, so here was a couple of those ideas that I did. They're quite fun, quite like them. Art haul, I got like a few alcohol markers and a couple of coloured pencils. I was just dipping my toes into the world of getting more art supplies and trying them out. I'm still not really an alcohol marker person, but I think I'd love to be, but you need so many to do anything that it's very, yeah, it's very difficult to commit. This was a colour wheel I made using those coloured pencils, the very basic ones. And then some little notes on colour scheme types, probably also from a YouTube video or something, so you can see the different layouts of colours, just familiarising myself with colour theory again. Just draft ideas for a Father's Day card, Father's Day 2021, so you know it was before June. I absolutely love this one with the dog, with my dad loves gardening and also his dog. So the dog with the plant pot in its mouth. Yeah, I like that one a lot. I can't remember which one I ended up doing. I think it was this one. But I do like the others too. Testing how I could layer my pens, I guess. I think these were the... You know what? I'm not actually sure. Maybe these were the Pitt Artist brush pens. And then I tried out, I think my boyfriend got a Pilot Color Eno coloured pencil because he was sort of getting into art a little bit with me at the time. I'm just tilting the page in case it focuses better. I was trying out the different colours of lead. Pretty nice, like coloured mechanical pencil. Just little sketches. Don't know what's going on with this guy. That's not how a head attaches to a neck. But the others aren't so bad, I guess. And like little house shapes, little sketches, house on a cliff. Quite like this shading. Little sketches inspired by Studio Ghibli backgrounds, I've said here. And I think I was just playing around with getting nice texture. You can even see I made notes on what I did. Yeah, coloured pencil over Pitt Artist brush pen. This whole page I filled with swirly shapes and like little dolphins in there and a little boat on the top. That's cute. So, oh yeah, I started getting the Artful Bot subscription. So this one does have a date, 15th of June 2021. So this was, yeah, looking at, this was the acrylic inks box, I think. So there was just some swatches and some testing of the various things. And this box was really nice when I was first getting into art again, you know, because it just gives you so many materials to try out. So these were the acrylic inks, and then I was trying out drawing some crystal shapes with them and shading them. Little winged bunny. I think I copied that off of somebody. I should have noted the name. Don't think that's mine. These were also from Studio Ghibli sketches, just like how they draw the people and stuff, the poses. Just a doodle page, bunch of clouds, and then some more serious clouds, which I think I did with a dip pen and ink, which is honestly very impressive. I like this page a lot. I think I digitized this one. You can't really see it. You can see the tiny little lines I used. I really love this like etching style of illustration. Oh, that's a bit spooky, isn't it? Not great anatomy. This was inspired by some song lyrics, I think, and then this was just books ideas. I think maybe the prompt was books. Oh my gosh, what was going on there? Oh yeah, so this was like a little study of a tarot card, how you could possibly reinvent the elements included. So this is the Ace of Cups, kind of hard to see because I use such light colours. And then I got a bunch of dip pen nibs, and these were new brush pens, which is I guess why I used those like light colours there. I like those actually, just for like little shading. Pretty fun. Again, more sort of tarot card style studies about the elements and how to incorporate them. And then I got, instead I got some, before I was trying the Pilot Color Eno coloured pencil lead, and this was the Uni Nano Dia instead. I still use these sometimes. They're pretty good. They erase really nicely. I drew little people for all of them, and they all look kind of the same. Dumb little birds based on different shapes. This is a bird made entirely out of circles, ovals, squares, and kind of triangles. Oh no, this was like parallelograms. You can see some triangle sketches though. And then some gazelle, apparently. They're funny looking. I think this is actually how they look. They just look really weird. So this was just testing out some color schemes. And you can see I included the names of my colored pencils in there. That's pretty funny. I do like these though. You can see already that I'm very drawn to colour and how colour interacts with each other. And these were some map crunch sketches from July 2021. And I think these colours were what originally sparked my... So this was this colour scheme, which was my first ever colour scheme. And since then I've been doing them every single month, colour schemes for my sketchbook. And these were from Map Crunch. And I think this is what started the tiny little sketchbook that I toured a couple of weeks ago. I just decided I wanted to fill a sketchbook with all these tiny little houses. I should do this again too. Maybe that will help me solving my art block by going back to my first ever ideas. Bunny sketches. It's freaking terrible bunnies, but you know, whatever. Big eye bunnies. Different ideas for colour palettes. So this was Rebecca Green's Holbein acrylic wash colours that I tried to find equivalents for in my coloured pencils because I loved that colour scheme so much. I actually own those acrylic wash now as well. Mark making studies in coloured pencil from, I think these were from Pinterest, from these, lino cutting techniques. Just little typography made with lines. I got a bunch of washi tape, so just swatched them all out. Testing, I was just using like an old Moleskine notebook. You can see Moleskine Cahiers paper with different pens, different testing, different paper. Frogs. Who doesn't love a frog? Oh, I love these frogs. Maybe I should just go back and redraw everything that's in this sketchbook, but now, and see what the difference is. That would be quite fun, wouldn't it? Experiment with that one in the life cycle of frogs. Little mice, dormice from Pinterest, colour pencil, colour palette swatching, and yeah, I guess this was the switch to August. You see me messing around with all these colours, just making different designs with them. This is the worst koala ever. Cute little chinchilla though. Oh, this greenhouse. I think I did another design of this greenhouse. Like I did it in a separate thing maybe, and then I sent it to my mum, and then she embroidered a version and sent it back. I love these little plants. Those are very cute. And then just some random hatching practice, different colours. Tree shapes. So this is like how you block out the like patches of leaves on a tree. And then like just some practicing drawing circles. Literally, like just how to keep circles even and slot them in amongst each other. It looks really cool. I love these actually. These are so fun. I think I might have to do these with all of my colour palettes from now on. Just like fun little swirly lines. They look almost like a bubble chamber or something. Amateur hour. I don't know what that was about. Kind of like this text though. How to make a one-page zine. Little cute tortoise. Just one page with a little cat on it. No idea what happened there. Acrylic inks, mixing my acrylic inks with white. I think I bought some white acrylic ink. So practicing, seeing what they look like with mixed with white. And then I think I used some of those colours and did some doodles over the top. Drawing some faces, wonky faces. They are very wonky. I do like them though. Nothing wrong with a wonky face. More wonky faces over acrylic ink swatches. I think I was going to do the same here, but then they transferred over and I kind of got fed up, so I just stuck something over it, and yeah. Inspired by Scandinavian folk art. Just these designs I drew in colour pencil. Started including these little fold-out sheets to protect it. I quite like the little penguin. He's cute. And the owl. But yeah, again, I'm pretty sure I copied these. I'd be looking to adapt them if I wanted to make my own. Oh! Wow! Oh, those are so cool. Nice job, Jules. That was really neat. Love the bee. This was me coming up with a colour palette for my friend. I wanted to buy her like a nice little box of art supplies for her birthday, I believe. And so I was putting together a colour palette for her, and this is what I came up with. Still really like it. Just made a bunch of blobs and then made chickens out of them. Some of them make more sense than others. Quite like this one. And then more chickens from some account on Instagram. I actually really like these. They're really nice. Oh yeah, more chickens. Really got into chickens. The expression on this is really nice. She looks so grumpy. And then I did a coloured pencil version of that one. The colours are quite light. I don't think they show up that well. Her name is Britta. Little bugs, moths around a candle, beetles, beetle shapes. Pretty fun. Birds flying, sort of an animation procedure, which I think is cool. So I did all of that in July. That's a lot of art in July. Moving into August, obviously. I don't know what's going on here. Random doodles. Testing out purples and with browns. Why is this? It feels weird. Testing a glass dip pen. Ah, yes. Inktober prompts in August, right? Or maybe this was the end of August and this was the beginning of September, because these are like my September colours from that year. And you can see I was just compiling lists of all of the Inktober options. This was a page of wildflowers. Pretty interesting. Thinking about turning these into like, you know, just ideas for the challenges, I guess. I think this was the Peachtober house. I think I did actually end up doing this, but in purple and brown. It's probably on my Instagram. Tulips. Love this one. Just like a very simple brown line drawing of tulips in a window. And then this one of a tulip field. Not sure how well that came out, but nice to try. Keep this in frame. Just little motifs. Little ink cap mushroom, teapots, autumnal things, clay pin ideas, right? Oh yeah, I went to Cologne and I went to the Muji store, bought myself some stuff and decided to draw my supplies. Quite like this little box of postcards I drew. This book on colour combinations, pens, pencils. Mixing colours. This might have been the jelly gouache. It's important to make little notes so that you can remember when you come back in 2 years' time. Wow. So cool. Oh, I love that. Oh, just like mixing colours and then like layering them over each other. That looks so sick. I think this was just using up leftover paint as well. Damn. That's so cool. Testing out different mechanical pencils. First ever 2mm mechanical pencil. Colour wheels. Text ideas. Colour swatching. A lot of experimentation in this sketchbook, as you can see. And I think I got like a little bit more experimental as time went on. You can really tell it was my first sketchbook after a long time out, because I'm trying to get to grips with the ideas again. But sometimes it's nice to go back. Oh, these were studies of book plates. So you can see all of these. I really like this little dragon guy. He's so cute. And the kiwi with a magnifying glass. People are so creative. I definitely copied a lot of these. But they're so fun, the ideas. This little lobster with, octopus with glasses. And well, there is a lobster. It's like fun little leaf border. And this weirdly human-looking deer. And then different text ideas for the fonts for Ex Libris from the Library of. Some ideas for potential book plates for my friend. Testing out some stencils. I think I just bought some cheap stencils online thinking they might be useful. Don't think I've used them, but you never know, I guess. Yeah, you can see. Just looking at the different shapes and sizes. You know, going back through a sketchbook really does make me want to buy another sketchbook with like thick, smooth paper, because I feel like this is actually really nice right now. So maybe once I finish this sketchbook that I'm currently working in, I'll get one of the ones with smooth paper. November color plans. So you can see I was really getting into my color scheme adventure at this point. You can see that I made little notes like this orange color I wanted to include. I said this was jelly gouache, like a colored pencil like this. So I think I went out probably and bought a colored pencil. It might even have been this one, which you can see how short it is. I love this color. And I was also looking at how my supplies layered together, looking at acrylic gouache and jelly gouache and how the pencil went over. Got a couple of Neocolor 2s at this point too, which is nice. I think my number of art supplies actually exploded over the course of these few months when I was picking up traditional art again. Frames that never got used. Messing around with some different drawing leads. Look at this little face. More little doodles. I think I was also testing out. I think I got some 2mm coloured leads and I was messing around with them. I love cheap art supplies. This was one of those 3-color coloured pencils, I suppose. Seeing what that could do. I still like drawing with those. More of this hatching with a different colour, palette. I really love the effect that you get with this. I could look at that all day. Unipen brush pens. I wasn't really making most of the most use out of my pages in this sketchbook, but I think that's okay. Because I think it means that I felt like it was very low pressure. I didn't have to make perfect finished pieces in here. I just wanted to use it to mess around and remember what it's like to draw again. Oh, these are so cute. These were inspired by, this is the business card, I think, actually. You can't see it's upside down, but it's Other Side Silly. And I found her in an art market in Cambridge when I went there for my graduation. And I did these little watercolor studies. I think I had like an indigo maybe and a burnt sienna. And so I did like these little tiny square watercolor studies. I think I remember doing this one in a Starbucks. And then stuck them in. I think this was for Inktober. And the tape wasn't coming off it, I don't think, so I just stuck it in. And then this was my official November 2021 colour palette. I love how I fitted the text around the corner. That's fun. So I had this orange, orangey brown, olive green, and then this navy blue going into light blue. Still like those colours. Peachtober complete? I definitely did not complete Peachtober. I don't think I did every day. But I do like this little cat with like I think this was a combination of the prompts orange and cat. So I did like this orange slice that is actually cat. Like you can see the lines of the cat in there. That's pretty fun. November. More text. This sketchbook was quite text heavy. I think some of this is Neocolor because I can feel it on my fingers. Spooky pumpkins, because spooky season. Love drawing pumpkins. These ones are quite fun, like the little cat ghost. That's very funny. That's not a very good cat. Well, it's not a very realistic cat. Who knows? Maybe he's a very good boy. And this was me drawing plans for my living room, I think. When I was thinking about what I would put here, this is my plant. It's now way bigger than that. But I did successfully reorganize my living room. More little autumnal sketches. I really love doing tree branches, tree bark, like this with these like gestural lines. Those are some of my favorites. I still do that all the time when I doodle. This like mushroom patterns. I think this was from Window Swap. I think I was painting, and I painted this I think in gouache and then went over it in coloured pencil. Not my favourite painting ever, but you know what? Not terrible. Axolotls. Who doesn't love these little guys? No thoughts, head empty. Like the shading. That's fun. Just fine liner drawings of hot air balloons. Also a favourite subject of mine. And then, was that it? Oh no, I did some more. There's quite a bit in here. For some reason I just skipped a whole spread. Never mind. So these were like hot air balloons I did using gradients of colour. So mixing colours, and then I outlined them in gold. You can kind of see there that it's shiny. I really like this actually. These are really pretty. Love these colour mixes too. Should have noted down what they were. Though I have a hunch they were acrylic gouache, so they're probably from the Rebecca Green set of Holbein acrylic gouache. I think I glued several pieces of tracing paper together. Cats! Yeah, these little cat sketches. I think I did these at my desk. At work. They're quite good. I quite like that, especially this one. Oh, there's more. Oh, damn. They're really so cute. Oh, I've drawn so much stuff, I forget. I think I taped it over here because I think I liked this one the least. That's quite funny. I don't think I draw cats very much anymore. I guess I went through a phase where I thought maybe I could. Testing colours for a potential December colour palette. Drawing sheep from Pinterest. Give a closer look. That one has a very human face. The rest are very cute though. Very cute. Look at this. Me at the all-you-can-eat buffet. That's so cute. I don't know what this guy's holding, a sock? Probably. I love these the pencil lines that I've used, the sort of like shading and the gestural marks. Really nice. And swans and cygnets. Really nice. Again from Pinterest. Nice. And ducks. Not that you'll be able to see that quite well because it's this very light blue lead, but I love this duck. Look at the shading on that duck. Really implies the feathers really well. This guy with his head cocked to the side as if he's listening for something. Trying to draw ducks from behind is quite hard. I think that was the last, is that the last page of the sketchbook? Oh, there was so many swatches at the back. Right, because I tested all of my art supplies that I had up until that point. So I had all these like school supplies basically, and these Tombow Rogerton pencils that I purchased like 5 years ago. I don't even know why, but they were beautiful. And swatching out all my paints. I think this is the Caran d'Ache pan gouache, in case that's interesting to you. And these were art supplies I bought along the way. Alcohol marker does bleed through this paper, by the way, but not too badly. Like if you were not committed on using the other side of the page, you could do it. I don't know what these were. Kind of, no recollection. Oh, these were really cheap crayons that I bought. But yeah, I drew a little footprints leading to a little church with a bench by it. And the end in this nice like wood grain text font. And I guess we closed the book on that one. So it's amazing how, looking back through this, I have so many ideas. It's so nice. I'm so glad I did all of this, because looking back on it now, you know, it is actually inspiring to remind myself that, yeah, you can do stuff. You know, you could always do stuff. Just got to like get my motivation together and get through this art block, I think. But this tree is so good. It's one of my favorites. Anyway, let me know which page was your favorite, any thoughts you had, whether you also had a long period where you didn't draw and then you picked up drawing again, or whether that you're in that period now where you're considering restarting creative practice. And I hope that this provided some realistic expectations and maybe a little bit of inspiration along the way. Thank you so much for watching, and please do, leave a comment and let me know what you think. Talk to some other people down there. There's a lovely community we have growing here. Please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more sketchbook tours, because I do have more and lots of other nice content on this channel. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody.